Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Friends, before going into the details of the war, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to my channel and turn on the notification bell. Please support by subscribing and turning on the notification bell. We are a strong community. Fire destroys refugee shelter for Ukrainians in Germany. Berlin. A fire that destroyed a shelter for Ukrainian refugees on Germany's Baltic coast could have been arson, a top government official suggested Thursday, warning that any kind of violence toward people fleeing war would not be tolerated. The 14 residents and 3 employees who lived in the shelter were rescued from the flames when the former hotel in the northeastern state of Mecklenburg-Pomerania burned down Wednesday night, local police said. Nobody was injured, and the refugees were taken to other shelters, according to authorities. One thing must be clear to everyone. People fleeing war need our protection and support. We do not tolerate incitement and violence, the state's governor, Manuela Schwesig, said. Police investigating the cause of the fire were looking into possible arson, German news agency dpa reported. On Monday, police received a report of graffiti depicting a Nazi swastika in the entrance area of the shelter. Whether the graffiti was connected to the fire is not yet known, police said. More than 1 million refugees from Ukraine, most of them women and children, went to Germany seeking protection since Russia invaded their country almost 8 months ago. The refugees initially were welcomed with warmth, and many German families opened their homes to shelter them. However, a vocal minority has expressed hostility toward them and other foreigners arriving in the country. Ukraine says over 230 kamikaze drones, missiles shot down within a month. Ukrainian forces have shut down over 230 kamikaze drones this month, President Volodymyr Zelensky said on Thursday. 233 Shahed unmanned aerial vehicles, UAVs, and dozens of missiles were shot down during the month. 10 Iranian drones were destroyed today, and this is in Kyiv alone, Zelensky said during a video address to the nation. The drone and missile strikes in the country had impacts especially on critical infrastructure, he said, adding that 3 energy facilities were destroyed. He also referred to the major power outages to be seen in the country on Thursday. Of course, we will do everything possible to restore the normal energy capabilities of our country. But it takes time, and this requires our joint efforts. Tomorrow, they are needed even more than before, Zelensky indicated. He added that there will be clarifications from the heads of regional administrations and government officials, urging locals to be careful about electricity consumption from 7 a.m. onwards. On October 7 to 18, Russia carried out more than 190 strikes with missiles and kamikaze drones in 16 Ukrainian regions, said Alexander Korunji, spokesman of the State Emergency Service of Ukraine, on Tuesday. The strikes, he said, targeted critical infrastructure facilities, particularly energy and civilian facilities. More than 70 people died, more than 240 people were injured, and more than 380 buildings were damaged. These are more than 140 private and multi-apartment residential buildings, and, of course, other buildings that came under fire, he said. Meloni slams Berlusconi over Putin. Remarks the favorite to become Italy's new leader, Giorgia Meloni, has delivered a strong rebuke to her right-wing coalition ally, Silvio Berlusconi, after he made private comments justifying Russian President Vladimir Putin's war in Ukraine. Berlusconi's radical pro-Putin attitude risks derailing Meloni's chances of leading a new right-wing administration, just as Italian President Sergio Mattarella on Thursday opens consultations with parties to form a new government. Italy, with its head high, is part of Europe and the Atlantic Alliance, Meloni said in a statement Wednesday evening. Whoever doesn't agree with this cornerstone cannot be part of the government, at the cost of not having a government. Italian commentators have questioned whether her strong warning means the government Meloni has been aiming to form could fall apart before it's even official, or whether her intent is to split up Berlusconi's Forza Italia party. Italian news outlet Press released an audio recording this week in which Berlusconi can be heard boasting to party colleagues about his exchanges of letters and gifts of vodka and wine with Putin. Of Putin's 5 true friends, I am the number one, he bragged, adding that the Russian leader had been misunderstood and was a man of peace. A press released even more explosive bits of the recording Wednesday, in which Berlusconi can be heard defending Putin's aim to remove the government of Volodymyr Zelensky in Kyiv and replace it with a decent, sensible administration. Parroting Kremlin talking points, Berlusconi attacked Zelensky, arguing the Ukrainian president had fanned the flames of war by launching attacks against the self-proclaimed Russian-backed separatist regions in the Donbass. Berlusconi also belittled Western leadership in the unguarded remarks. Another risk, another danger for the West, is that we have no leaders. There are no leaders in the West, no leaders in the US. I will not tell you what I know, but we have no leaders, he said, adding, "Can I tell you something? I am the only leader." Berlusconi's number 2 in Forza Italia, Antonio Tajani, was expected to become Italy's next foreign minister, but the comments from his boss are now throwing that prospect into doubt. Tajani on Wednesday sought to distance himself from Berlusconi's comments, tweeting that, in every institutional venue, Forza Italia, have always supported freedom and condemned the Russian invasion, in every venue except his own party's closed-door meetings would be more accurate. Later, Berlusconi tried to distance himself from the secretly recorded comments, insisting his position is the same as that of the Italian government, the EU and NATO, a condemnation of the military coup against a free and sovereign country. In an interview with Corriere della Sera, he added, "Given the difficult international situation and the importance of the decisions to be taken for the future of our country, I thought I could dedicate my time to more important things rather than rectifying distorted and ridiculous interpretations of my thoughts. Perhaps, all this could be avoided if we would put some terrible habits aside, such as secretly recording bits of private conversations." NATO specialists modify Ukrainian Buk and Osa-AKM air defense missile systems. Moscow, October 20. TASS Defense. Buk, NATO reporting name, SA-17 Grizzly, and Osa-AKM, SA-8 Gecko, air defense missile systems modified by NATO specialists pose the greatest threat to Russian frontline aircraft involved in the special military operation in Ukraine, a source in law enforcement agencies told TASS. Buk and Osa-AKM air defense missile systems modified by European and NATO specialists are the most dangerous for frontline aircraft, the source said. As the specialist explained, such systems carry out target acquisition not with the help of a radar, but with the help of optics. The radar of the air defense system illuminates the target, then aircraft and helicopters equipped with illumination warning stations can perform anti-missile maneuvers and detect complexes firing at them, the source said. At the same time, optical target detection systems are passive systems, they do not reveal air defense systems and increase the chances of hitting air targets. TASS has no official information on this matter. Buk. Osa-AKM systems. The Buk is a family of self-propelled air defense missile systems designed to fight maneuvering aerodynamic targets at low and medium altitudes amid electronic countermeasures. The Buk was one of the first systems able to intercept cruise missiles and US-made Lance tactical ballistic missiles, HARM anti-radar missiles and other airborne and ground-based precision weapons. The early versions of the Buk system were capable of locking on and attacking more than 10 targets at once with a kill probability of 30 to 70%, depending on their type. There are 4 main modifications of this air defense system, i.e. the Buk M1 decommissioned by the Russian armed forces presumably in 2011, the Buk M1-2, the Buk M2 and the latest Buk M3. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to my channel. See you in the next video.